Are you doing a bit? Got it. Whoa, welcome to the third episode of training for the Running Springs Invitational. And today it's a twofer. Matt and Nate and their trusty steeds, one of which I'm upon at the moment, are going to have a rigorous exercise with their trainer Stephanie as to how to show their horse to the best of their ability on the foot, on the ground. So this is going to be a little bit of a mixture of halter and showmanship, to which we are calling Homanship. I think it's more actually just like showmanship at halter, but we're going with Homanship. What we're going to do is they are going to learn how to set their horses up square. They are going to learn how to walk, trot, stop, present their horse to the judge, and do what's called quarters, which we will let Stephanie explain quarters later. This will not be based on the conformation of the horse as halter normally is. It's based on how they show their horse to the judge. Normally, showmanship at a stock show is going to include some sort of pattern. No pattern. We're nixing that. No spins, no backs, none of that. This is purely a little hybrid class. So let's get to it. I'm going to do a little, I think I'm going to do a little example for you with Miss.
Would love to see one.
Would love to see.
With Miss Ethel. Hi, Ethel.
I'm ready to learn. Ooh, the tarps are going to have to come off, I tell you, buddy. Can't wait to do that.
Oh. So what we're going to have you do is walk, trot, stop, set your horse up square so that all their feet are even.
Okay.
You don't want them too parked out.
Yeah.
You don't want them too close together. You want them to where they exhibit their conformation to the best of their ability, which is going to be nice and square, even. But your horse's actual conformation doesn't matter.
But my conformation and Matt's conformation is important.
No.
How we are.
That's not. Your exhibition is important.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your conformation would be how you're built.
Mm-hmm.
We're not looking at that.
But you could. So this is what we're doing?
Okay, we're walking. Your horse is always going to be on your right. You're never going to lead your horse on your left. You want your horse to not be ahead of you. You also don't want your horse to be behind you. You want your horse to be right next to you, right with you. You're going to hold your left arm at a 90-degree angle. Well, notice when I stopped, she stopped. And I'm right there at her throat latch, and she didn't stop behind me. I didn't have to like yank her down. We were in sync there.
What's a throat latch?
Right here.
Okay.
Right there.
Is that a horse part or a halter part?
That's a horse part. But this is also like the latch.
Okay.
So normally if you were in a showmanship pattern, you'd have to back. Notice I'm not shoving her. Whoa. She's actually really good at that for not practicing like at all.
Really
Well, notice I come back to her throat latch. I don't stay in front of her.
Takes away from
I move when she starts moving. Then, if you decide to trot off, I'm going to cluck, and we're going to start trotting at the same time.
She's fast.
Notice I keep my shoulders as square as possible. Whoa. And then we stop together. And then if you want to set up, whoa. And then she's square. And then you'll do quarters. Stephanie will teach you this, which is where you change direction or change sides that you're standing on as you present your horse.
Why does that matter?
She will tell you. And then every time you're doing a pattern, you'll have a spin. I hope she spins. I spinned earlier and she did it okay. You want to keep that foot planted. Whoa. That was good, Ethel. So,
You watching, Kennedy?
I'm out of breath now. Matt, come get your horse. Nate, get
Kennedy,
yours.
were you taking notes during that?
Stephanie's time to shine.
Remember that throat latch area she was talking about? That's
Well,
where you want to be. Oh, don't get too close to each
That's
other.
where I want to be or where I want.
That's where you want kind of like your shoulder or
Okay,
your hand to
gotcha.
be. So think about like, I always think my hand's going to be like around about her mouth and then shoulder's going to be like in this area.
So
So it's your job when you're walking, you're leading with this hand, right? So you might go and give a cluck. She starts to walk, you walk with her. There you go.
I think she
And
just,
then if she's too far in your space, you can move that hand out and away from you a little bit. See how she's curled around you?
yeah.
So push her away from you. There, and turn towards me a little bit. There you go. There you go.
So should I be touching her face at all if I'm trying to turn?
Not really, but I use that chain and I might just like push down and under and just say, hey, like get off me a little bit.
Whoa.
Why don't you try to do like some square corners to the right? So walk with a little more pace. Walk with a little more like you're going somewhere. You're on a mission. There you go. That's way better. That looks a million times better than the walk that you had before.
Okay.
The walk that you had before looked like you had no idea what you were doing.
That was correct.
So we're just going to pretend like we know what we're doing. There you go. And then through your square corner, have a little more forward motion with Ethel.
Okay.
Kennedy, you just want to think rhythm in your walk.
I knew showmanship would be one of their like fortes.
All right, why don't you guys reverse and walk the other way? Because I think it'll be
Whoa.
easier to trot a couple steps with them on the
Whoa.
outside of you.
Whoa. If she's like starts like if I feel like she's hanging whether I'm doing it or not, if she's hanging her head too low or whatever.
You could pick it right up and pull.
to
Like
the-
you could pick
to
up
the
and
side
pull
almost,
and
or
push
like
out.
as opposed of like pushing her head up physically, just like bringing it to the side here and pulling it up.
I would pull straight up, but I would think about everything with your arm going like away from you a little bit, because naturally we want to like do one of these
Yeah,
and like
for
and then
sure.
we bring that horse like in our lap.
For sure.
We want her pretty straight
Okay.
and out in front of you.
Match this pace.
Yes,
Match this pace. A little more oomph.
but get your horse in front of you.
Push your horse like this. Give her a little cluck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, you think you can
Can't
trot,
make it.
Nate?
I can try.
Okay, let me see.
You ready, Kennedy?
Oh. I'm not meaning to laugh. I'm not meaning to laugh. So like
That was good. That was good.
like just run.
He actually would probably be really good at that.
Are you doing a bit?
He's keeping his shoulders
It's
quiet.
actually really nice.
It actually is really
a
good.
little more lift and you'd be
Yeah,
good.
a little more. You need a little more oomph off the ground, but I really like that you're going heel to toe because that's very important.
I heard heel toe.
Try trot a little
Whoa.
faster. Oh,
Okay, so now what are you saying?
okay. So we're saying, again, you've kind of mastered the
This
shoulders.
is what was happening.
You need more oomph off the ground.
It's
Little-
like it's
little more
in
spring.
between like a speed for me
Yeah.
as a person. Like I'm either fast walking or like
You just need like
you
one.
honestly, what you're doing over there, if you had a little more like
Yes.
so we
like,
need more bounce.
bounce.
a little more frolic, you know? A little
Try to
more.
get some air time. Like
Yes.
I can't do it, my shoes aren't right, but like
So do I
Like
need a little more
longer.
speed?
A little, and a little up off the ground.
So shoulders bouncing.
No, you want to keep your shoulders here. You just needed more power to it. You know what I mean?
more power. Let's do this.
A little more power, a little more frolic.
You ready, Kennedy?
Oh no, your horse is trotting. Don't let your horse trot, Matt.
Whoa.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes.
so good. Oh my gosh. I freaking knew it. I
Okay,
knew you'd be good at
now
this.
it's your turn. Now you have to trot.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, buddy.
Look at that. Do that.
That's still so nice.
I know.
Like,
You're
what the
doing
heck?
amazing.
I hate how boys are so good at showmanship. That's like a thing. They're so effortlessly light on their feet.
Wow.
It pisses me off.
Whoa.
They don't have a freaking Mack truck to drag around, and that's the issue.
Good job.
You're both naturally very good.
Do you guys want to learn how to set up? Okay, so when you're setting one up, That's obviously, we're setting them up so the judge can inspect them and like see the quality of the horse and how correct they're made and all the things, right?
Cool.
So when you go to set up, you've stopped your horse, obviously. Then you're gonna turn and your shoulders are gonna be like here at the horse. So you're not gonna be in front of the horse's nose, you're gonna be off to the side, okay?
Almost like they should be able to do that, kind of.
Well,
Appreciate
you
ya.
wanna not like impede the view of someone looking at the horse, but also like being in this area in front of the horse is kind of dangerous. Like what if they threw their head up and smacked you?
Right.
So that is a penalty area. You never want to be directly in front of a horse.
Okay.
So we want her back feet to kind of be the same width apart for the most part. We want it to be nice and straight down underneath her.
Not
and then,
bow-legged or sticking out or nothing.
yeah, like we don't want her doing this or like here. So you're gonna set her up with this chain. I always like to leave, because most of these horses know showmanship, the back right leg, wherever that one is, when you go to set her up, you leave it there. And then we always try to just move this leg and then we'll set our front.
Okay.
So like right now, what I would do is I would try to pull this leg forward. So you got to get back in
Just giving myself as much as I need because I don't want her to come with me.
No, you're going to do it all from here.
Oh.
You're going to do all from here. So you're going to get back in that position. You're going to be kind of like toes angled at your
Everything's
horse.
still as I was when I like right hand.
Put your toes together.
Toes together?
Yeah.
Like this?
No. Lay your feet together. All your feet together.
Like this?
Yeah.
Like for real? Okay. Really?
I'm sorry.
I feel so off guard. Off guard.
Okay.
I
So
didn't
now
know that
you're
was
just
my
gonna
fault.
you're going to pull
Without moving.
and then push. Yeah, your feet are going to stay. And you're just
We're
going to
gonna
push
just
and
try our
pull
best.
till you get that back left one kind of where you want it. See how she's annoying?
Yeah. This would be
Oh,
frustrating.
there you go. Okay. Now, see how she kind of wants to set up her front
Yeah.
end? She's going to be one that I bet is going to probably want to park out a lot, which just means she's going to like stretch way out like this. We want the legs to stay back underneath. So now we're going to try to move this leg back. So what I always do for the front end is I think about like when we did the back foot, we were kind of like here with our chain. Now we're going to come like up, and then think about where you want to move weight, right? You want to pick her up and put more weight over here so she lifts that leg, and then you can push back. Does that make sense? So we're kind of coming up towards this shoulder, just very lightly,
Towards this shoulder.
just a little more back. You got to get her there.
I got it.
Oh,
I got it.
there.
Cool.
World, that's the best I've seen so far. To get some fly spray.
She's trotting, tell her to walk.
Walk. Whoa.
And I think with her, because she's so green at it, like when she's kind of together back here,
Whoa.
I would just go, okay, maybe try to move front feet and see if she just puts that one down. So with the front end, when we're like lifting that chain, we're really just thinking about how do we like isolate a foot and get her to pick one up.
Don't. You. Don't mean.
So
So if I got her
realistically,
right here,
I'd-
weight's not on that foot, I'm not moving.
no, I wouldn't. I would
Personally,
just say,
I don't think I could learn how to do it well enough with Kennedy specifically.
I think you're going for as good as it gets, as
Yeah.
good as you can get it.
Yeah.
And then if we're gonna go in and learn our quarters, you can relax for a second.
Okay.
Our quarters basically is we're gonna make a box around our horse. So we're using like
And
the
I'm-
tail to ears.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw them out. And then we're using like front feet, elbow. Okay.
Yeah.
So the quarters essentially just means you are not obstructing the judge's view of the horse and you're never in the way.
Yeah.
So you always need to be able to see me, but not be in the way. So you're always going to be one box away from me. So right
Gotcha.
now you'd be in the correct box.
Okay.
Okay. The second that I move over here, exactly. And the second I come here, you've got to cross
I
back
need
over.
to come back.
Huh?
I come back over here.
Yes.
And then when you come here, I come back
Yes,
over here.
because you can't be in the same box.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You got it. You got it.
My hand here, I'm coming arm under.
Yes, I would say you need to back away from her a little bit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you got in that setup position. I like to think, okay, toes at her, and try not to move your feet when you do that. So
Okay.
toes that are a little more angled at her. Okay. So then essentially when you do go to crossover, you can do it however you want.
Yeah.
I like to go like over, across, step together. So I'm going to go
Yep.
like over, across, step together. And
Yep.
the whole time I'm thinking about my shoulders, like kind of staying like in a nice little like half circle shape around this horse.
Yep.
Okay. Like I would be here.
Yep.
And then you back up a little bit because you kind of want like, this is how you're going to present.
Okay.
And then when you cross over, you're just going to dip under. Yeah, do it again. Over, across, step, together. Professional, one more time. Over, across, step, together. Beautiful. When you like walk or trot to a judge, you're not gonna walk your body straight at the judge, you're gonna walk your horse's body straight at
So
the
the
judge.
judge is gonna be in front of me.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're always kind of looking off to like the left of the person. Okay.
I'm never, this is gonna be the only time I ever say these words. Katie said,
Yes.
since they're both kind of new to this, I guess, or they both don't like do this all the time,
Yes.
it doesn't really matter, as
Yeah.
opposed to like, hey, we're setting up versus, hey, we're showing. Is that something that's actually like needs to be done, or I can just go ahead and just work everything from right here?
I think everything that you're doing has a body position that you need to be in when you're doing it, regardless if the horse is green or not, right? So to me, there's only a couple different like positions your shoulders should be in. Like if I was backing this horse up, my shoulders should be straight at it.
Yeah.
Okay. If I was asking her to pivot, then you'd be like straight at her like
Okay,
this.
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that's not the setup position. The setup position is going to be like your shoulders
Yeah.
here. If you take your first step and you do this,
Yeah.
you might make her move
sure.
and pivot, right? So you're thinking about there's a big old bubble around her and you can't put
Almost
any.
like a marching band of like 1, 2, position.
Yeah. You want to try it like how we would do it if you were being judged?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna cross. Cross.
And do I wait until they're done, or whenever they come here, I should be like,
I
kinda like
would wait.
this?
So like at the end of that circle, I would have just waited
Okay.
there because like technically they're always going to stop on the line. So it's like you're safe on either side.
Okay.
And then they'll dismiss you and then you come back to your lead side and then you can. And then to show teeth, I don't
Yeah.
really know how to teach you, but really you're just going to try and pull the top lip up. And you only have to do it for like a second.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Ethel, and I'm going to show kind of the end goal here. So the hybrid pattern, if you will. So you start, like I said, this is locked down, not moving. So when you're stopped and you're like presenting to your judge, she's going to nod.
This is where you bring the horse to me, not you to me.
Cool. Present teeth. Ethel has some jankety ones.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, we're getting a big trot. Out of Ethel too.
You gotta make like that a nice straight line after you turn that cone.
Whoa. 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 Okay, thank you, Ethel. And then you nod to me. Just testing
I am testing your skills.
my knowledge a little bit. Whoa. You went past it.
I did. She looks so cute. Beautiful. Love it. Good job, ma'am.
All right.
Good
This is
job.
Showmanship humor. Okay.
Remember, you're bringing her to me, not you to me.
Not me.
Yeah, so like you kind of like aim over here to get your horse right in front of me. Good, then you're gonna whoa.
Ooh.
Good. Oh, perfect. Good job, good job.
No.
Okay.
Come on.
Soft on your hand.
That looks
Ooh.
great.
Good job. Set up. Turn towards her more. That's pretty damn good for her, honestly.
Yeah,
I would
you're
have
right.
just went with it.
All right,
Whoa.
all right.
Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa.
ready?
She's already not looking at you. So you can now spend a little more time on your backup. So
Yep.
I would swap sides.
Beautiful.
Whoa.
Whoa.
But swap sides.
And whoa. Okay, perfect,
got him?
perfect, got it. Got it. Trot, trot. Okay, so you're gonna go behind Kenneth. Oh, he's.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Whoa.
Slacking. All right, set your horse up.
Did you say cross at first?
No, set her up and then cross.
Okay.
So turn around. Remember, you're in
Yep.
go mode.
Okay.
Whoa.
Pull forward. Push back just a little bit. Pull forward just a smidge more. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Go with that.
Whoa. Whoa.
All right, lock her down, swap sides, and lock her down on the
A
other
little
side.
toasty.
Whoa.
Face her
Crispy.
eye. Okay,
All right, you ready?
I'm
now
ready.
swap back over to this side, and she'll come to your quarters.
I'm
That's
just-
so
Yeah.
I'm just looking for you to say yes, or the person right here to say
cute. She
yes.
should have nodded to you. She's not doing her job.
Now I'm gonna nod and leave, and then you can go back over there.
Whoa. Judge is coming to you.
Okay, you
Whoa.
ready?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Keep your shoulders up.
Whoa. Whoa.
Beautiful. Good job.
Woo-hoo!
Good job.
That's the class?
Woo woo, that's the class.
Nobody's gonna know I messed up, but they'll know what a mess up looks like. But they're not gonna know like, well, it's really hard and I've never done this before. And they're like, oh, this
Actually,
guy
I don't think
sucks.
they would know what a mess up. You would have to like really mess up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Which is
things can be like,
possible.
were they supposed to do that?
I've got to
I don't
get
know.
over the fact of saying whoa every time I want her to slow down. Because
Yeah.
she go,
She stops good.
oh yeah, too good. I'll be loping. I'm like, all right, let's slow down. Whoa.
Breaks.
Like she's the equivalent of like if I was golfing with her for like a champ. We would do this as a golf championship. If I like hit it onto the green and it was almost about to roll in, and somebody went. Like I feel like she's the equivalent of that. She's
She's
like,
that
well, I
little-
can. Let me get my foot up just a little bit more. For
Yeah.
you.
See, Kennedy feels more like they just punch the greens.
Or somebody, you go to swing and somebody goes, ah.
I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I think that was fun. Did you boys have fun?
Best.
I had a blast. Yeah.
I could do this for sure.
It was. I think you both actually could be Showmanship boys times 100. I think it would be great. So we'll see. This might be the start of a journey of their own here in the future. But for now, I think that was a great start to the Homanship.
The Homanship.
The Homanship portion of this Running Springs horse show that we're doing. So hope y'all had a fun time and stay tuned for the next one.